Good morning, everyone. This is YC. Welcome back to YC Cooks and Bakes. This morning, I am going to be setting up my chuck roast to cook this evening. And I like to prepare it early so it can have seasonings on it and take on all that really good flavor. And it has time to, have it infused in it, and it'll be ready to pop in the oven, in just a little time before my husband gets home, and it'll really be flavorful. It'll be great. And I thought I would show you how I do mine. Everybody has their own little way of doing roasts, and some will use onion soup mix and things like that. Some people use soups, and it just depends on how you do it. Some people like to use the crock pot. Mine is, I'm just going to be using Corningware today. You know, that Corningware set that has that on it. And a lid. And I know a lot of times you roast things, you don't need a lid on it. But this, I want to break down a lot of the connective tissue and everything and keep everything moist and cook it for a really long time. Because what I have here is a chuck roast. I'll put it up closer so you can see it. And it was $18 on sale, and I only got it for $15. Not too much of a big sale, as you can see, only $1 off a pound, but some people don't call it a chuck roast, from what I understand. It is a cow's shoulder, and some people call it a blade roast because it's like a shoulder blade, and it's high in fat. It's saturated fat. And people, oh, I don't want to hear. But what it is it makes the meat tender and breaks it down. And you cook and cook and cook a lot of it away. It's really nice. A chuck roast is really nice if you've not tried one. And I do mine at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and I do mine with potatoes and carrots. And I'll show you how to make your own rack for things like pork roast and all that. I just use a metal rack. But for my cuts of beef, I make my own rack. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will show you how to do that. So I am going to move you down now, if I can, without breaking anything or ruining anything. My son said that the bottom of my stand was not all the way down, which is why I was having a hard time the other day. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my vegetables on here, but first thing I want to do is dry this off and get it seasoned just with salt and pepper, because we're going to sear it also. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just dry it like that. Okay, and then let me see, where's my other one? It's underneath here. Dry this side off. Okay, and what we're going to do is we'll go to the stove, and I will sear it. I'll put this under here. You see how it's got all those beautiful marble things of fat there. I'm going to pause you, but I'm going to try to use this so that I don't ruin my thing. Okay, I'm going to put a lot of salt on this. You salt it generously, and don't worry, it's not going to taste salty when you're done. I can promise you that. Okay, you think, oh my goodness, what's that going to be like? No, it's fine. And you may already know that. Okay, just generous with salt and pepper. All right, and there we go. I'm going to turn it over. Isn't it quiet when everyone's at work? It's nice. I like it. I had to turn the air conditioner off because, you know, we've had, our weather this year has been 115, 112, 110. So all of a sudden you get a morning that's 72, just going up to 91. And it's freezing. It's like 72 compared to 102 or 112 is quite cold after you've had those warm temperatures for so long. And we've had a lot of rain. We got rain again last night, and our road is wet right now. Okay, let me take you over to the stove. Okay, we're back, and I've been heating up this pan at the stove. So we're gonna try and sear it on each side. Sometimes if it's like a bottom round, I will put flour on it and that, but I'm not doing that with this. They got hooked into the fat. There's a lot of connective tissue on a chuck roast. Okay. I don't normally have them. They do that. They do split, but I don't normally have them do that. Kind of want to turn this over now. See? See how it's brown? Kind of hard to work with since it is split like that, but that's okay. When I cut it, it's going to be in small chunks. It's not going to be sliced like other kinds of roasts anyway. Yeah. It keeps getting stuck in that thing, so I'm trying to use a fork. That's good. I just wanted to sear it a little bit to lock in some of that goodness. Okay. Look how the smoke. I'm going to put this in the oven and have the whole house smoked up, right? Okay. Let's go back to the counter. Okay, we're back. And I'm going to get this Corningware ready. Let's see. Set this aside. We're going to get this ready for us to put our meat in. And let me see, I'm going to get the cutting board. I'm trying to move everything aside now so you can see. Now, just go like, probably cut this in half like that. And this is how I'm going to make my rack. I'm just going to turn these over like that. And you can do the same thing with onions if you want. See? You just go like this. And then when you put it in here, when you put it in your Corningware, it just lays across them like a rack. Or you can put it this way. I like to do it this way, upside down, because, you know, they're more sturdy. Yeah. So we'll do that, and we can build on it with more celery, or you can build on it with an onion, which I may do. But there it is. And so you see it all lined up in the Corningware. And I always go from corner to corner because it's kind of like a long roast, you know. Okay. Not as long as a bottom round, but almost. So I'll go ahead and put this in at this time. What we'll do is I think what I'm going to do is season it. And then when I turn it over, I can season the other side once I put it on top of the celery rack. That's how we'll do it. Now, salt and pepper's already on here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of garlic. And I did run out of my minced garlic. That's fine. It's not a problem. This is garlic too, so we'll be good. Yep. Okay. We eat a lot of garlic, by the way, in our house, if you're wondering. Now, you can see in here, I'm almost out of time. Isn't that funny? Oh, I'm out of time. I'm in a hurry. No. But I'll use this because this has all of that in it, the basil, the thyme, you know, and rosemary and all that anyway. So we'll use the Italian seasoning. That is perfectly fine. And later when I have the vegetables in, I'm going to be using some parsley, and that's fresh, and I cut some up this morning. I love parsley in all kinds of dishes, and it makes it look pretty too. Yeah. Appetizing. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and turn this over and put it on our rack like that. There. See how I sat that on there from corner to corner? And you just have to work with the dishes, plates, and cookware that you have, you know. Or you may be one of the ones that love to throw this in a crock pot. I don't. I used to. But when I started doing it this way and I realized the difference in the cooking and how it turned out, I'd rather just pop this in my little tiny oven, even on a hot day. So, yeah. There we go. And if you don't have Italian seasoning, definitely use a little thyme, you know. And as I said, I can't stress enough, don't overdo it, but be generous with the salt and pepper. Okay. People are afraid to use those for some reason. Okay. So doesn't that look good already? And I don't even have the vegetables in. All right. So we're going to cut up, I'll probably use half of this onion. I'm not going to go crazy, you know. This is a weekday. It's not a Sunday meal. I'm going to make it pretty, make it delicious, do the best I can. And like I said, later it will be 91. You know what I should do? Get out a bag. I often, you know, I keep grocery bags because I use them for my little tiny bathroom trash. So what I'll do is, I got one that fell. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to put peelings and stuff like that on my little plastic bag. Yep. Oh. I'm just making a mess, aren't I? Okay. My youngest, he likes to keep the house like completely spotless, which is wonderful, you know. But he'll say, where did all these peelings come from? What's going on? Who's not clean? Okay. There we go. And I think I'm just going to cut it in half, use this other half for whatever we're having tomorrow. I'm probably going to throw it in a soup. I know you think soup, right? Why would you do soup in this hot summer? Well, sometimes when that's what you have left, which I do have some chops in the freezer, but we already had chops this week. I have a ham bone, because remember we had ham not too long ago, and then I used some of it for ham salad sandwiches. Well, I'm going to take that bone and I'm going to make a soup out of it. And then when I'm done, I'm going to throw it out. And that breaks my heart, let me tell you. Because you know, I'm going to leave these in big chunks. You know that I used to give it to Bella. And matter of fact, I still have her dog food. And I won't even walk over there. I look at it at 5 o'clock every day. Still waiting for her to come to the door when I come home with groceries. Okay, I got to stop talking about it. Okay. Oh, ooh. It's hard for my beautiful Bella. Okay. Anyway, I don't know, can you see this? I hope you can see it. I'm just putting some of these onions around, you know, and you can break them up and do whatever you need to do with them, you know. It's going to make everything taste wonderful. Yeah. You can separate them a little bit like I'm doing, you know. Whatever you got to do. Yeah. So, like that. See? Okay, I'll set this aside. I don't know, what's that grit? It could be grit from these, you know. Okay. Let's get these in there. I don't know what's doing that. Okay. Or the salt and pepper too, right? Okay. So I'm going to push this aside and bring this over here, and I will start to peel these. You know what I love? That red potatoes are in now. Remember, they're always in, but they're better certain times of the year than others. And when you start to see those really big, long russets get smaller and more round instead of long, like, you know, all summer long, they're big and long for beautiful baked potatoes. And all of a sudden they start to get smaller, right? And then you start seeing stuff like this. Well, that just tells me, oh, it's getting on. Seasons are starting to change, getting closer to fall. And I love that because my oldest boy, he loves red potatoes. And I like the golden ones for mashed potatoes. They're so buttery and creamy. But my husband is a die-hard, I gotta have russet potato fan, whatever. You had them all summer. Get a life. Okay.